always have a choice whether we want to decide that this opposite means something worst case scenario or this opposite means something best case scenario. We always have different options available to us. We always have different choices that we get to make depending on what we're seeing. Hey lovelies, welcome back to the Manifestation Sisters community. My name is Leah.
My name's Tia.
Here on this channel, we are helping you to transform your identity and manifest your dream reality.
Before we jump into the video, as you know by now, if you don't, you should know that we're launching our new program, Embodied Self-Concept, and we're so excited. Really soon. We'll let you guys know the date and everything like that. But to know that, make sure you're on the wait list to that program by signing up in the link in the description box below. We have all our other links to our freebies, our other programs such as one-to-one coaching and digital products. So if you want to know more, links in the description box below, and let's jump in.
So when it comes to the opposite manifesting, we can often freak out, right? So for many of us, we can go to downward spiral, being like, great, now the opposite is manifesting. What's happening? And we want to start playing all these stories, assumptions, and assigning all these meanings, right? But we always have a choice to take our power back. We always have a choice whether we want to decide that this opposite means something worst case scenario or this opposite means something best case scenario. We always have different options available to us. We always have different choices that we get to make depending on what we're seeing.
Exactly. And if we really shine a light on what is the opposite, really and truly, we are the ones that are assigning it the meaning of the opposite. Mm-hmm. It's just old stuff manifesting out. Really and truly, there is no opposite. It's the meaning that we're giving it. It's just old me, and she's created this, and I'm experiencing it now, and that's fine, it will pass. And I always think of the analogy, and I think Leah first said this on our channel, of the water analogy. Like, if you have like a certain amount of water in a bottle, in order to get this water out, you add more water to the point where this has to fill up and overflow out. It's exactly the same with your 3D. As you start putting your focus and your attention on building new beliefs, sustaining that new identity, the old version of you does have to go somewhere, cause and effect, and echo. So you would experience the old version of yourself through your current 3D. And it's like a full circle moment of being conscious of the meaning and the assumptions that you are assigning to your 3D. Doesn't have to mean that I'm experiencing the opposite. It's just my old 3D is playing out. I know my truth. I stand firm in my identity of who I am and what I'm going to experience. And that's the end of it.
And this is what happens when we have our desires, right? So we have a new desire for something. So we want a new relationship, but we don't really have the belief system to support this new relationship. So now we start changing our beliefs. We start working on our self-concept, right? Changing our identity of how we see ourselves in love and relationships. So what's currently playing out is our old identity, how we once thought in relationships. So it might seem like it's the opposite. It might seem like it's the worst thing in the world. It might seem like our SP is showing up an absolute arsehole. Or it might seem like, we're not manifesting in the love that we want, like we're not manifesting in our dream relationship, whatever it is. So what we decide to now do for ourselves is we work on a new identity. We start to change how we see ourselves. We start to change the meanings we're assigning to things. And then what will happen is we'll start seeing those reflections back at some point, because our reality is always just reflecting us. It's us pushed out, right? So as I change my identity, as I change who I'm being, I'm going to get a different reflection at some point. We're just not in control of that. But my job is to keep returning to, this is who I am. This is the new identity I'm claiming for myself. I keep showing up every single day as this person. I intentionally act like the person I want to become. And that's the reality I'm going to experience.
Yeah. Because when you're in them stages of, like we always say, you're conscious of who you once were whilst tapping into, navigating and identifying to choose to be the new version of yourself. It's like you're in the seat of observer, because everything is empty and meaningless until we give it the meaning. So if I have the power to assign a meaning and a value to every single thing in my 3D, what is my power in that moment? I'm the conscious observer of my 3D, and I can observe it, not absorb it. And that's where you transform from being a regurgitator to constantly identifying with your 3D and absorbing all the old stuff of your old identity and what you previously created, to stepping into the seat of conscious creator. knowing your power, knowing your worth, knowing that you don't have to re-identify with this old stuff. You can observe it and then reclaim your power, choose your truth, and reinforce who you are, who you're being, and what you're conscious of in those moments.
Yeah, and this is what it means to be a conscious creator.
Exactly.
This is what it means to be the one that's actually in control of our reality. Although sometimes it seems like something else is in control, it's really not. That's why we say we're the operant power, because you are the one that's working everything in your reality. You're the operant power. It doesn't work itself. You're the one working it, and that's based on how you're viewing your reality. So as you change your assumptions and the meaning you're assigning to things start to shift in our reality, and this is how we start to take our power back. So I think with this video, it's really about, right, I might not like the reflection that I'm seeing at the moment, but what's my truth here? What is the truth that I'm claiming for myself? This might be happening right now, but this is not the end goal. I can choose in any moment to embody the version of me that has what I want. And I return to that decision to say to myself, okay, who's the version of me that has what I want? How would she or he show up every single day? How would I respond to this? What would be my assumption? And I can reclaim that. And that's me in that moment embodying that new version.
Yeah. And I think we could even give that name. What is my truth method? When you're in the shit of about to freak out, the opposite is manifesting. Maybe your bank balance isn't where you want it. Maybe your SC isn't showing up the way you want. Maybe you're not seeing the physical changes in your 3D yet. In those moments of observation of the circumstance, instead of giving it the meaning of, I'm seeing the opposite is manifesting, I'm not seeing any changes, where's my manifestation? Before you go down that spiral, because it's like a crossroad, do the what is my truth method. Made by me and Leah, okay?
What's my truth?
What is my truth? My truth is, I'm always getting what it is that I want. My truth is, I am abundant. My truth is, I'm a money magnet. My truth is, I'm worthy and deserving of the love that I want to experience. My truth is, I am chosen because I choose myself. And my truth is, even if I don't see the physical changes yet, I know that my desires are my birthright, they're meant for me. Do you see the opposite? And do you see how you feel different in your state when you choose to go down the path of less resistance, when you choose to not absorb the old reality and re-identify? You're taking your power back, you're taking a step back, and you're reclaiming who you are, you're deciding what the truth is. And in that moment, you're creating a new belief system and a new identity, and you're sustaining it.
Yeah, and then you're going to get those reflections back. So the key points from the video is really about what you want to make your truth, what you decide that isn't your truth, right? So every moment you get a choice of what road you want to go down, essentially, like Tia said. So we're going to wrap up the video here. As we said at the start of the video, we are launching our embodied self-concept very shortly. So you can get on the waitlist for that. The link is in the bio. And it touches on everything that we spoke about in this video. So thank you for sharing, commenting and subscribing. It's a word for us to be growing with you and you to be growing with us. So we will see you in the next video.